Tomo, 2-1 defeat at Warrington Rylands today. Do you feel like we're a little bit hard done by?
Yeah, a little bit. You've got to give them a credit, do you know what I mean? They have dug in from the off. They've turned it into a war zone as opposed to a game of football. But they've done well. They've almost done a job on us, to be fair. And do you know what I mean? When people put you under pressure and you've got to constantly defend, then at some point mistakes may happen. And unfortunately, 2 of today have led to them scoring 2 goals.
Yeah. How important are those sort of fine margins, especially when you're coming up against a side that's also in and around the top spots like we are?
Yeah, they're fine margins, but titles aren't won or lost at Warrington. The rub of the green will change. There'll be a game where we don't make 2 mistakes and we'll beat somebody 1-0. Like I say, it's a long season, so it's one game. We've got the luxury at the minute of games are coming real thick and fast. So obviously we've got Rossington midweek, but then we've got Marine week after to put things right. So it makes that a big occasion now.
Being able to watch objectively from the side, how do you feel like we handled the first half, and so when did you feel like that switch came?
The switch came when we scored. I thought we dominated probably the first 40 minutes, and by dominated, because obviously they weren't out of the game, but I thought we were comfortably the better team for 40 minutes. Luke obviously does brilliantly to get the penalty. Vaughan great sticking it away, and at that point we saw what's about 37 minutes. And at that point we sort of sat in a little bit, which is unlike us because we've pressed their centre-halves on the 18-yard box. We've been really tight in the midfield and it's been high. And within the switch of a goal, 2 minutes, their centre-halves are passing it centre-half across the centre pitch, which is obviously 50 yards higher up than it has been. Look, games change quickly because goals, you get something, you protect it. If we don't score, they don't probably score neither, because we probably stay nice and high and press. And football, goals do change games, sometimes for good, sometimes for bad. So yeah, it's a little bit frustrating from our point of view. But obviously, I obviously playing football, knowing football, it does happen. So we're just trying to see that period out, which has probably led to them getting that equaliser before half time.
It did sort of get the tails up a little bit, and then going into the second period, they started really well. How do you feel like we didn't? What do you think was the sort of meaning factor in that first 10 or so minutes after the second half started?
I think that when you concede just before half time, I think that it doesn't necessarily put you in a good mental state. Obviously, you're almost going into the dressing room at half time, and it's almost like you're losing because you've had something and now you've not got it anymore. So it's obviously a bit of a negative effect. So we've tried to pick them back up. It's took us then probably 5 or 10 minutes to dust ourselves down and get going again. But then after about 10 minutes, we started to really turn the heat up. And I think we had 3, 4, 5 chances where we should stick one away. Should is not, so we didn't stick one away. And then obviously a mistake leads to them through the hard work and integrity. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not just a mistake where we've passed it in his own net. Do you know what I mean? They've grafted, they've done what they can. They've won the first ball. They put it back in an area. It's made Hamza have to defend, and he's obviously done the best he can at time and knocks it up in air. And the striker's nipped in between Seb and Hamza and obviously knocks it over Seb. So it's a credit to them. Obviously they've obviously worked really hard. So yeah, frustrating from our point of view, but like they've done well, so you can't really take it away from them.
The game of a whole seemed a little bit scrappy. I know we love doing the fun side where we're passing it around possession based, but we can dig in like we did. How do you feel like we dealt with that sort of presence there?
It's different, obviously, compared to our pitch, but the boys have got to learn quickly. Now, we've been good in spells. Like, I thought we did well first half, and spells in the second half, but we've got to turn them into 9 to 80 minutes playing well and taking us chances. So have we dealt with it? Partially, because I thought we played all right for the majority of the game, but could we do better? Yeah, I think we can do better, but obviously the style of play has got to change a little bit when we're on pitches like this and playing opponents like they play. Obviously they're really high tempo, pressing, in your face, tackle, header, elbow, it's everything. So yeah, we've got to deal with that. It's part and parcel of the game, and we're going to go in now more into a period of time where the pitches are going to change, and we need to cope with that a little bit better.
Obviously getting a cameo for the bench and trying to make an impact, how did you find it coming on? Was it a little bit frustrating because gaps weren't really opening up?
By the time I'm coming on, obviously we're 2-1 down, and it's sort of like a basketball match. It's end to end, so we're just scrambling for a goal basically. Obviously we've chucked Hamza up as well, so we're really lacklustre at the back. There's nobody around. Do you know what I mean? Every time they're getting it, obviously they're getting an opportunity to have a shot on goal or something like that. So yeah, but we've got to roll the dice basically. 2-1's a loss, so we need to try and get something out of the game. So that's the risk that we have to take.
We asked Paz this, but we're starting to sort of now come into a period where we're playing teams around us. How good was it to get a look at a fellow promotion rival like today? Yeah, obviously it gives us a chance to have a look at them. Look, I'm a big believer. Get your head down, do your own work. We'll start looking at tables when it comes to crunch time. They've obviously gone in there celebrating, banging on the walls, and I get it's part and parcel of football, but it's 3 points that we've not got. It's 3 points that we've got and they have. We haven't got and they have. So it's a long season. So I think that we've got to take from that. We've got to take the jeers and the not feeling great and use that as I don't want this feeling again. We've got to go and pick ourselves up, dust ourselves down, and then the next games now are big games where we've got to get 3 points on the board. Before we can get 3 points, let's go back into senior cup action. Just finally, it's a cup competition. Obviously you seem to score in every year when we're with it. It's a competition you scored in the final and won 2 years ago. How good would it be to get a proper reaction? And you know, it's a competition for the fans ultimately as well in the club. So how good would it be to get a reaction?
Well, it's another football match. Do you know what I mean? So we'll be looking to go and win that. We'll have to see who's available for that. Obviously we're carrying a few knocks and that stuff at the minute, so we've got to see who's available, but no doubt we'll be fielding a strong team, and it'll be a game that we're looking to bounce back from and get the win. So yeah.